My dad's never, ever once purchased any stock in his life. Never invested anything. He's talking about the stock markets and the corporate bigwigs and their music nowadays. I don't want to say keep it in a bank deposit box, but it's safer than taking a picture with your cell phone. It's no. You have to take responsibility for what you're investing in. But so you have to understand with the difference in the stock market, they get the halts. They get the investors that are the hedge funds and the corporate investors. They get those advantages that people like us don't get there, but we get them here, and everybody plays by the same rules in the crypto market.
So that's what I like about crypto. It's like they like, you know how like CNBC, is it called CNBC?
CNBC, like, that's the channel, yeah.
Yeah, so when those guys are like, well, you know what? I never really watched that because I'm just like, why would I watch that when the experts are on YouTube? That the experts are like, you know, us, like and I'm not saying that they were like the experts, but I'm just saying that the information that they have about the markets, like they you know, like it's not like they have something like behind the scenes. They don't. It's just that whoever like subscribed to them, whoever been watching for a long time, they might trust their content, but really, you know, you ain't got to watch that to get the real. You come over here to YouTube, you come over here to us, and we're gonna give you the real, because just like they're watching it, so are we. Like they don't have anything that we don't already have, you know, when it comes to crypto. I say it like that. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, the TV channels with the market, I mean, they're just gonna put out their ideas, but the crypto market not having any rules is really like that's free market. That's like this whole GameStop thing got my dad to finally invest in something. My dad's never, ever once purchased any stock in his life, never invested anything. But then this whole GameStop Wall Street happened, and he drops money right in the crypto market because that's true free trading. He never believed that the Wall Street trading was free. It wasn't a free market, you know. And back in the 60s and 70s, the music reflected that. You don't hear the music saying that anymore. Nobody's talking about the stock markets and the corporate bigwigs and their music nowadays. When was the last time you had like anti-establishment music? Was like Rage Against the Machine back in the late 90s? I mean, besides that, like back in the 70s and 60s, it was all anti-establishment, you know, and there was movements in it, and it wasn't necessarily to try to get people to stop liking their governments, but it's about thinking freely and educating people, because there are things that happen behind closed doors that give corporate fat cats and bigwigs all these advantages in the stock markets and stuff like that. And we're going to just be in this crypto game. And if they want to come in, they're going to have to play by free rules. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Like the way that I always saw it, like I remember when I first heard about Bitcoin, was it 2013? But the way I heard about it was like I had friends that were criminals, so they told me about Bitcoin in a different way. And then I remember I even like I had a laptop and I downloaded a node. I was just trying to see like what this was, but so I kind of like backed away from it. I don't know why I kind of just backed away from it. Because but usually I kind of look into something more, especially with technology, but I backed away from it. So, and then 2015, a friend of mine, he brought up Bitcoin again, and I was just like, I didn't see the point of it. And then so he brought Ethereum up, and then I was like, oh, I was like, okay, I like this. And then he started explaining in the mining, we started mining, and then he showed me Poloniex. And I was like, I said, man, this is like the stock market. I said, if we get in now, and then, I said, this is like the Wild Wild West. I was like, if we get in now and just stay in it and learn it and you know, get involved, I was like, by the time they throw all the regulation, we know our way around the block.
Yeah, I mean, you even say you call it the Wild Wild West, and we're not even there yet, man. It's still the Oregon Trail. They
Yeah,
haven't even discovered the West yet. They haven't found that gold river.
yeah,
It's still really early, man. We got people breaking wheels and dysentery. If you play that game, you know the deal. You got to throw salt on the wound, just the same way you got to throw salt on people on Twitter, man.
yeah.
Throw salt on that wound.
Just like that dude. There's a guy, and I don't know if he was lying or not. I hope he wasn't lying. But it's a guy. He said he did something with his Frontier wallet or whatever like that. I think this Frontier does Harmony. I don't know exactly, but then somebody told him something about staking or something like that, and he lost all his Harmony. They stole his Harmony. So
Listen,
I was trying to get him, like, I would say, hey, you can follow your address and see if it go to an exchange, and but he didn't. I guess I don't know if he was mad or whatever, but he didn't. I guess he didn't look further into it. He just
uh,
took his loss or whatever.
I'm a little familiar with the situation. I think there was some contact with the Harmony team or something. I don't want to really get into details because it's not my situation and I'm only here, I only hear so much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's other people that have gotten scammed. I mean, it's scammers are out there, even in your email. I mean, you ever get those emails with the prince of whatever wants you to
Oh
send?
yeah.
That's all it really, like, there's scammers everywhere.
Yeah.
You have to always be careful, always do research into what you're,
Rug
trying
pull.
to invest in.
People get rug pulled and
Yeah, I mean,
all kinds of stuff happen.
well, the number one thing with rug pulls are usually with those new coins, which I will never really get into something that's fresh new, but like the Smoky swap I got into, because even though that was new, Viper swap I got into, that was new. There are certain things that you want to get into, but I did the research in them before I actually hopped into them. I wanted to know who was behind it and what they were doing with it before I was risking myself of rug pulls.
Yeah.
But the liquidity pools, sometimes they're good long term, sometimes they're not. That's the chance. That's just the chance you get. That's the risk. That's risk to reward. It's the same with getting in any coin for day trading. So today it might be high, tomorrow it might be low. You never know.
Yeah, that is the risk, but at the same time, it's like, well, I guess at the end of the day, it's like in crypto, you really have to take responsibility for all your actions. And you might not have anybody to save you.
No, I mean, that's
free market though.
That's fair. That's free market. Yeah. I mean, you have rug pulls in the stock market too. I mean, look at Enron. I mean, I wouldn't call that a rug pull, but look at what Enron did. I mean, look at what the banks did with the housing market. I mean, those are necessarily rug pulls. You know how many people lost money because of that? Like, it's no, you have to take responsibility for what you're investing in. I literally told a friend of mine, and a friend in real life, and I guarantee he's going to watch this video too. I told him to never, ever take a picture of his seed phrases. Like 100 times I told him. And then the one day right in front of me, he made a new wallet and took a picture with his cell phone of his seed phrase. And I'm like, literally snapped out. I'm like, what you doing? Like unless it's a Polaroid camera, never take a picture of your seed phrase, like
that seed phrase could be worth $2 million one day.
You never know. But then again, taking that picture could save you, like that guy that has a wallet with 260 million plus of Bitcoin in it. If he had a picture of his seed phrase somewhere, he could always access it, Well, there's a risk that it has a chance of getting stolen, but
Well, you better put it on a flash drive and have multiple flash. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least have some kind of backup.
Take it on a digital camera and keep it on the card and not put it on anything. That's fine. Like I said, the Polaroid camera in a sense is great. Because you can just take a picture, shake it like this a couple times, and then you got your picture.
Yeah.
Keep it in a little book or whatever. There's little tubes that are like airtight, fireproof that you can get, I think, from Ledger. I'm not sure. They're just keep it in a safe, keep it safe, keep it in. I mean, I don't want to say keep it in a bank deposit box, but it's safer than taking a picture with your cell phone.
Yeah.
I have another friend who's dealing with hacking. Like, I guess his cell phone got hacked somewhere, and his emails compromised, his exchanges are compromised, even his PlayStation network's compromised. Like, they literally got everything.
How did they get in his cell phone? How did they do it?
He has no idea. I have no idea.
Damn.
He thought it was something he like downloaded on his phone, but his friend has he has 2 or 3 friends with the same thing, and they don't have that issue. So we don't know, man. You know, some things you click the wrong thing sometimes.
Was it his Google account?
I think it's I'm pretty sure it's everything. Everything. You know, every single account that was linked to that phone is compromised. Yeah.
Woo! And he had some crypto money, like he had money in exchanges.
Nothing crazy. Oh, nothing crazy. He's a new adopter. You know, I had a lot of new adopters this past, couple months, especially since December. I'd say like 30 or 40 word of mouth people that have never, just face-to-face interactions that have never purchased crypto before now own, cryptocurrency. So it's all about spreading the word, getting the adoption out.